Shalom. Kol halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim HaKakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. To the Akwat that are listening, learn, and being a pillar of rest, the 144,000, one-third, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yahshua, back with the WW3 Daily Update. Shalom and salutations. In 35, this is the Most High. Let's talk about the Most High. He trains my hands for battle. My arms can bend a bow of bronze, Lakia. He teaches my hands to war. It's King James. What's that word? War. Who teacheth? The Most High. So that the bow of steel is broken by mine arms. Okay? The missiles can't touch us. We're ready. Right? Or we will be in that time. So anyway, that's the nature of the Most High. He's a man of war. Plain and simple. Anyway, so we're going to let Scott Ritter say a few words about war. All right? Scott Ritter, a true hero. The decline of Western civilization. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. So it's Judge Napolitano judging freedom 56 minutes ago. This is hot off the presses. Take it away.
Hi, everyone. Judge Andrew Napolitano here for Judging Freedom. Today is Tuesday, June 4th, 2024. My dear friend of the show, Scott.
So, Lockheed, today is War and Rumors of War Tuesday, but I guess we'll do that tomorrow, so stay tuned.
Joins us now, Scott. A pleasure, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Of course, we didn't expect, as recently as 2 days ago, that we would be talking like this. We thought we'd be talking in person in Russia. But before we get to why I am not there, what happened to you yesterday at John F. Kennedy Airport in New York?
Well, I was in the process of doing the final boarding of the aircraft, where right before you cross the threshold into the airplane, the airline attendants ask just to review your tickets and your passport, and I handed it to them. They motioned to go on the airplane, and suddenly three uniformed, armed Customs and Border Patrol officers came up and asked if I was William Scott Ritter Jr. I said, yes, I am. They ushered me out of the line. Then they demanded that I give them my passport, which I complied with. And then they asked me that if this was my only travel document, do I have any other travel documents? I said, no, this is my U.S. passport. It's the passport I use to travel overseas, and I have used frequently, including to Russia. And they said, well, we're seizing. I said, on what authority? They said, on the orders of the United States State Department. I said, who in the State Department? They said, we don't know. I said, well, who ordered you to do this? So you obviously are, we don't know. We can't tell you. We're not authorized to tell you. They wouldn't give me a receipt for the passport.
Now, see, this is war. Okay. They could label or accuse this guy of being treasonous, traitorous, right? They grab him up and make him a POW at any time. Okay? All is fair in what? War, not love.
They just said, you got to contact the State Department. I said, who in the State Department? They said, we don't know. You're going to have to figure that one out. Then they got my bags off the airplane and escorted me out of the security zone into the general, where you walk in, and said, you're free to leave. And that was that.
Do you have the names of or a photograph of any of the three of them?
No, I mean, Judge, in retrospect, there's much that I should have done. I was in my mindset getting ready to get on an airplane and go to the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum. I was focused on that. My mind was already what's going to happen when I land in Russia. And so this took me completely by surprise. And I failed to get the names of the three officers, and I failed to get a photograph. I mean, there are security systems all over the place, and I am going to be making a call to the Customs and Border Patrol unit at JFK to get the names of these officers. Whether or not they'll give them to me is another question.
Well, eventually you'll get all of this under the proper legal process, but they obviously interfered with your free speech rights, and you're protected by the First Amendment, and your right to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures protected by the Fourth Amendment, and what the Supreme Court has recognized, protected by several amendments, is your right to travel. Was I with you?
No, you weren't. Actually, you weren't with me because I made a phone call to you earlier in the morning, recommending that you not travel to Russia. And it had nothing to do with what happened to me, and everything to do with what happened to our sponsor, Alexander Zyryanov, who, from my standpoint, tragically was placed under arrest in Novosibirsk on his way to St. Petersburg. We could discuss that in a moment if you'd like to. I did not, I like you. I consider you a friend, not just a colleague. And there was no way because I'm the guy who came to you and said, hey, Judge, you need to come to Russia. You need to do this. Let's make this happen. I got people that want to talk to you. They extended invitations to you. In retrospect, you could have gone to Russia. But I couldn't guarantee a positive outcome. And I am not going to be responsible for putting Judge Napolitano on an airplane into an unknown situation. Today, I now know that Alexander Zyryanov's team, together with the presidential administration, had cobbled together a group that was going to receive us and lead us through the St. Petersburg Economic Forum to ensure no hassles, no anything, that nothing bad would have happened. But when I initially got this information, there's my good friend Alexander. When I got the information, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if this was reflective of a change in Russian government attitude or policy. And while I am dumb enough to get on a plane and fly into the unknown, hoping for the best, I wasn't going to be responsible for that happening to you. So I made a phone call, and I strongly recommended that you not get on that airplane. In retrospect,
we had that phone call about 5 a.m. as I was about to leave my house. The only reason I've asked you this is because of all these news reports that the same thing happened to me as happened to you. I am deeply and profoundly grateful for your friendship, which will be a lifelong friendship, for the care and courtesy you have for me as a person and for my public persona.
So he saved him. Don't get on that plane or you'll get black bagged, right? All right, so, well, let's, just because you're not on the battlefield per se doesn't mean you're not on the battlefield. When a country goes to war, the country goes to war, not just the soldiers. Okay, the country takes on a war-type footing. The economy changes, so everybody's affected. Okay, and they're affected. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right? Isn't that what we're watching? People are being affected. Women's husbands are dying, right? And shall not be able. Let's see. The bridegrooms. Let's see. I can go there, I can go there. So, Lockie, bear with me. Is that in 15? Bear with me. Must be 15. It's a lot. Oh, bear with me. I'm drawing a blank. I know I was close. Here we are. A man. This is 2 Ezra 15:17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Okay? That's what this guy was just describing. Oh, I'm on my way to Russia. No, you're not. Come over here, open your bag. Okay, so let's look at that a little closer. Okay. Start at 14. 2 Ezra 15:14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Here comes that war. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, so this is the time we're in right now, okay? And this is going to get worse, right? Right now it's international, then it's going to be national, and then it's going to be state, and then it's going to be city. A man shall desire to go into a city. So these are all, effects of war. It affects everyone, not just the soldiers on the battlefield, all right? So get yourself ready with that. We hope that the elect ratified you, brother. Peace, sister. Shalom.